Another deck profile. This time it is of UAs, the Ultra Athletes. I personally like this deck. It came out in Duelist Alliance. It's one of the decks that I'm focusing on finishing. I'm trying to get all the Duelist Alliance archetypes, and UA is one of them, and I just finished them this morning, so here you go. For the first, you're running the obvious 3 midfielder. Midfielder is my only normal summon. I feel there's no need to run any other normal summon other than midfielder because you can't return them to hand to special summon for other monsters. And it's the monster you need in the deck. If you don't have these, you cannot run the deck. After that, I'm running 2 Slugger. I like Slugger because it's basically an Armades. Opponent can't activate cards and effects until the end of the damage step when he attacks or is attacked. So Mighty Slugger is just a great card. You're out to Cliff Forts or Shaddolls if you have them boosted up enough from the UA Stadium. So it's one of the I would call it a boss monster, but it's a good card. I run 2 Perfect Ace. I only run 2 because I don't feel the need to run 3. You don't want to see it as often. And its effect is good where you can discard 1 to negate the effect of something, but I don't feel like you don't want to see 3 of them. I feel 2 is a good number. I'm running 2 Rival Rebounders because just in case you have that opportunity to late game to special summon during your opponent's turn or normal summon with Stormforth, it's good so you can bring back monsters that are in your grave that you lost prior. I'm running 2 Dreadnought Dunker. He is your boss monster of the deck. He's got a whopping 2,500 attack, and his effect is when he inflicts damage to your opponent, he can destroy 1 card on the field. So I like Dreadnought Dunker. I personally have actually OTK'd several times with just this Stadium and the Powered Jersey. Because with Stadium, he bumps up to 3k. Powered Jersey bumps him to 4. Effect or damage through monsters are doubled, and then he can attack again. So with him being your boss monster, he is great to have. But he's not good enough to run 2, because again, you don't want to see him all that often. So 2 is one of those. It's a good number for this deck. Then I'm running 1 UA Blockbacker. A lot of people run 2, some people run 3. I feel there's only need for 1 because any monster that is special summoned, you can just negate their effects. So if you have a full board plus Blockbacker, he is practically untouchable, and it's just the control portion, the stun portion of this deck. Next, I'm running 1 Goalkeeper. I like Goalkeeper. I don't like him at 2. He's not my favorite, but I do like him because he is your protector of sorts. He can target 1 other UA monster on the field, or 1 UA monster on the field, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects that turn. I don't feel the need for 2 because I'm running a more aggressive build. I don't really sit down and sit back on him all that often. But yeah, 1 Goalkeeper. For my last card, I haven't seen a lot of other people run this, but me and my buddy do. We run 1 Spell Striker. We run Spell Striker because with how many spells you run in the deck, there's no reason not to. It's just a free summon that it's a 600 attack poke toward your opponent. It's just a quick summon, quick little damage that is no cost to you at all. So that sums it up for the monsters. That is 14 monsters in total in the main deck. So there you go. There's the monster lineup. For the spells, I'm running 3 UA Stadium. It's the necessity for the deck. It's their field spell. Its effect is if a UA monster is normal summoned, you can search the deck and add a UA monster from the deck to the hand. And the second effect is when a UA monster is special summoned once per turn, all monsters you control gain 500 attack. So that's good. That's what I was talking about with the Dreadnought Dunker. It's a good card. It gives a little more push with the attack boosts, and it's UA Stadium. Next, I'm running 3 Signing Deal. I like Signing Deal. It's if you have a bad hand, but you see that Signing Deal, you can special summon a UA monster from the deck to the field. But you take damage of effect damage of the level of the monster times 300. So that's a little bit of a downfall because you are taking a little bit of damage. But if you need that midfielder, it's that 12 you throw out really easily as long as if you need that midfielder. Next, 3 Reinforcement of the Army. This is your in. If you don't have any signing deals or midfielders in your hand, you can just drop the Rhoda, and there you go. With all these, I haven't really had a problem getting my midfielders on the field because I've got the 3 signing deal, the 3 Rhoda, and the 3 midfielder. So I feel it's good because I always have that midfielder, which is the card that you do need for this deck. And I'm running 2 Power Jersey. A lot of people run 3 because they say, oh, it's too good to not run at 3. But I feel that if you run 3, it'll get a little bit too cloggy and you'll see it too often. So I only run 2 because I don't like seeing it all that often. I just want it there in case I really do need it to boost their attacks. Next, running 2 UA Turnover Tactics. I haven't seen a lot of people run this, but I like it because it's your out to practically anything. You can shuffle as many monsters on the field into the deck and then special summon UA monsters with different names from each other onto the field to as many as you shuffled into the deck. So, like, if you're running Infernoid, if you're running against Infernoids, they only have very few monsters that they can summon. So Turnover Tactics is a great card. I'm running 2 Terraforming because I don't like the 3 and 3. I feel it's too cloggy. And what if, like, that moment when you have all of your field spells and all of your terraformings in one hand, then it's not good. So I like the ratio of 2 terraforming, 3 field spell. Next, I'm running 2 Stormforth with Monarchs. I run that because just in case I don't have that midfielder, but I have like a Slugger or an Ace in hand, I can just Stormforth one of my opponent's monsters away and summon that monster. It's Stormforth. Next, got the 2 Reasoning. 2 Reasoning because your opponent's most of the time your opponent's not going to guess the exact level. And the fact that every monster can be special summoned by other means, Reasoning is a good card. So if they declare a level and it's not the level, you have a free monster, whatever it may be. For my 1 Raigeki. Raigeki just to blow the field, get a little more damage off because your opponent doesn't have any monsters. It's a staple, it's Raigeki. There you go. That is 19 spell cards, 19 or 20 spell cards. And for the traps, 3 Penalty Box. Penalty Box is a great card. It's practically a gold sarcophagus against your opponent because when a UA monster at the start of the damage step is attacked or attacks, you can banish the opponent's monster for the next 2 of their standby phases. And the second effect is while in grave, you can banish him from grave to grab a UA spell or trap card. So that is good in case you don't have anything and you need it. Just banish that penalty box and there you go. And I'm running 2 Mischief of the Gnomes. I run it the same as like a Stormforth. In case I need to normal summon, but I don't have the means to, I just drop their levels by 2 because 1, he drops levels from hand and on field by 1, and then you can banish him from grave to drop another level. So it's just another means to get your normal summons out. For the last card, the 40th card, I'm running 1 Compulse. I run Compulse just in case they have that big monster you don't like or you don't have an out to. For example, Construct without a Slugger on the field. It's just your out. It's one of your out cards, and I feel it's really good. That is it for the main deck. A lot of people have been running Glow Up Bulb with this deck to go into extra deck. I don't really feel the means to, but if I were to run the Glow Up Bulb, my synchro monsters would be 1 Allied Justice Cataster, because any monster that's not dark that battles him is destroyed. 1 Barkion and 1 Naturia Beast for more of a control aspect. You know, you discard negate from Beast, and for Barkion, it's when a trap card is activated, you can banish 2 cards from the grave, negate the activation. So it's your outs. It's a more of control aspect towards the deck. For the high, and lastly, I'm running the Armades because I don't run the 3 Slugger. If I did want to run extra deck, Armades would be my go-to. And for the level 6s, 1 Goyo. You sack Slugger or Perfect Ace with the Glow Bulb, and you have your Goyo Guardian there. So Goyo Guardian's good. Special summon your opponent's monster that you destroy to your side of the field in defense position. It's a Goyo Guardian. It's a good card. Another control, Clearwing. I mean, it's a Clearwing. Ever since Cross Souls came out, you've seen him a lot. He has gotten a lot of play with his negation aspects. And for my 10 and 11, I'm running 1 Leo and 1 Star Eater. Leo's just a staple in most decks. He's a level 10, he's a high level, but it's a Leo, and not a lot of people can get around him very easily. And Star Eater, because it's a Star Eater, it's a little more control, and it's got that whopping 3200 attack. It is a great card to have. That about sums it up for this deck profile. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want more videos.